In the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 3rd. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Let him know, let him know. Let's go.
A give to Williams, running right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Williams. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey.
2nd and 10. And Diggs has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16.
That's good for us, Steelers. First down.
Hey,
first and 10 at the 16-yard
line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Down, 30 base. Get that quarterback.
A first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Defensive. Here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
But he's into the clear. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Moore. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
Open man is Trey Burton. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 7-7, our score after 1.
Ready. 18 Gator. 61, Matchbox White. Hey, Jack. Hey.
On 1st and 10, Whip. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 10. Mike 10. You don't know no better. They've got Mike 10 on your guy. Go. Now.
Operating from the gun. Whip. That's complete to John Ross. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And it's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Colts score. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd and 11. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end Reed, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, these turnovers are a big, big problem. And a huge part of why they're behind on the scoreboard, too. That's now fumble and interception on back-to-back drives. And you just can't expect to do that and be successful in the NFL or any league for that matter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Whip looking for the out route, and he's got more. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, here's Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On the stop, Breeland speaks. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Check 26. Hey, back up. Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Now back to throw. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
He's got Allen. And some room to work. 25 yards there on the catch and run. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
90 Wolf. Here we go.
2nd and 13. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Buying time to his left. Going deep down. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
They'll throw now on the final play. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, Witt. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Witt. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Greystone travel.
From the gun, Witt flushed out right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again. Witt. He's letting this one. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Will Fuller. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
This will be taken very short.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and will nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll look to throw. Complete to Dorsett. A gain there of 30 big ones. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Clay Matthews, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Hey, Haywood.
Give me that ball, defense.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
He's tired of winning.
Yes. Hey, exit. On hit it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Tens the mic. Tens the mic.
Now.
Operating from the gun. Witt, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
And Owen coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Philip Dorsett by himself, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it's now 35-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Witt. It's complete to Fuller. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's checking crab.
Go out.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Come on, set. 10-2.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw. Witt over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now he'll pull it down. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Buzz. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Witt throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moore. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Ready, break.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
64, weak.
Back to throw. Witt. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. They'll try to run with Breida, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Stephon Diggs past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
218, chop. Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Golston Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Go.
We got it, we got it. 31's the mark.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Look at me, zipper.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. Allen, the intended receiver. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touch. DJ Moore, 62 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
63. Steelers 21.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around around the 43. And that will write a finish to this ball game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.